So I am a bartender at the Boat Club restaurant in Duluth. That is the overall system. The subsystems within my restaurant and any other restaurant are usually broken down into the front of house and the back of house. The front of house includes the roles like the servers, the bartenders, and the hosts. Back of house is the kitchen, where there's a head chef, there are line cooks, prep cooks, and a dishwasher. We also have a kind of bridge between the front and the back of the house. We have the expo, and they are in charge of plating the food and making sure that it's ready to give to the food runner, who then brings the food out into the front of the house. And then there's also always a manager on who kind of navigates anything bumpy or out of order. And then I also included the guests as a subsystem because they're always there too, even though they're from the general public. They are part of the systems in a restaurant. And so I kind of simplified this a little bit. There are definitely lots of areas of input and output in a restaurant. But yeah, to make it a little more simple, let's talk about the guests. They are providing input to the servers and the bartenders, ordering food, and they're also, when they're ordering drinks, the bartenders receive that information either from the servers or just from the guests themselves sitting at the bar. But simplifying it again, we're going to say, so the guests order food and drinks. Then the front of house people will enter it into a POS system. So I included tickets here. That's input for the kitchen. The kitchen receives the tickets, and then their output is the food, which then becomes an input for the guests. Some boundaries in a restaurant include the bar, the line, which is where the cooks are cooking food. And basically, with the bar and the line, nobody can go behind the bar besides the bartender unless they ask. With the line, nobody can go behind the line. Nobody even asks to go behind the line because that is where the cooks are, and yeah, you can't cross that line. The kitchen is also a boundary for the guests. The guests can never enter the kitchen. And then I'll also talk about the positive and negative feedback in a restaurant coming from guests. Positive feedback would include a good tip. A good tip is a 20% tip or above that. It could also include just general compliments to the service that was provided to them. And it could also include positive reviews on the internet. Negative feedback is just the opposite of that, either kind of a low tip or no tip at all. Complaints, asking to speak to a manager, and then negative reviews, which a lot of times restaurants receive more negative reviews than they receive positive ones because people don't really think to leave positive reviews if they had a good experience because they're just happy with the experience. But people that had a bad experience, more than anything, want to leave a negative review. I don't know why, just because. So there's that. Overall, yeah, the restaurant is a very complex system with many moving parts, and it works best when we're all working together. So yeah, that's how it works at the restaurant that I am employed by. Thank you for your time.